Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Andres, and today we'll be talking about Piranesi by Sussana Clarke. So first, let's go over my initial spoiler-free impressions of the book. So Piranesi is a fiction fantasy, novel written in first person as journals from the main character. He depicts this world he lives in as a set of never-ending connected halls with many statues, sort of like a, never-ending museum. However, the halls also have oceans in them, wildlife, and skies too, so it's a very fantastical setting. And that is all I'll say about the overall plot, because the main draw of this book is to go in mostly blind. The story is like a puzzle that you slowly start to unravel the more you read. You'll be rewarded for remembering details that the main character mentions. I would also recommend this story to people that like when the reward is figuring out what is going on and trying to predict who is the character and what has happened here. How did he end up here? Also, the vibe is very cozy, I would say, and not urgent for most of the book. So if you like a fast-paced story with like a lot of characters, adventures, and plot elements, I would not really recommend this book to you. The prose is very descriptive though. It's very descriptive of the different halls and the logic, the internal logic the main character has. And the main character as a whole is written really well. He is endearing, he is kind, but at the same time, he is also very calculated and smart. It's a weird balance, but it works really well. So overall, I personally really like the book. I would not say it's going to stick with me long term per se, or that I connected with the main character in a very deep way. But I did end up reading this in like a day, and I am not a fast reader at all. This book is around 250 pages. There's just something about the quality of the writing that made it so easy to keep going and get lost in it, as well as the mystery keeping you captivated the entire time. So overall, I would highly recommend this book. You guys should definitely check it out. Now let's go over more spoilery territory. I'm not going to explain the plot points or go over the story beat by beat. I'll just go over my thoughts and interpretations of the story. So this is not a plot summary, but I really like the possible different ways you could interpret the story as a whole. I don't feel like Sussana Clarke came into the story with a specific viewpoint or theme in mind, but more so the character of Piranesi and the house itself. You could look at the story as a tale of reality and how we all shape it to make it more palatable or make it more bearable for us. In the case of Piranesi, he is trapped in the house for many years, but he does not see it as a bad thing or a traumatic experience even after leaving it and starting to remember who he was on Earth. At the same time, who's to say that the house is inherently worse than the world we really live in as humans? We see all these people that come from Earth that try to use the house for nefarious means. The other is greedy and wants to get the secrets of the house to somehow give him power over the human world. And the prophet sees the house as his little secret that makes him superior to everyone, and he revels in this feeling of superiority. I love the fact that the prophet as a character is kind of this mystical figure that we mostly learn about from the journal entries and only meet him once in the story. He's just there in the background. The journal structure really makes the book and is used in a way to add to how lived in and real the story feels. The story does not end with some bombastic ending and an unraveling of the mysteries of the house with like Piranesi uncovering the hidden truths, or with the other finding them and Piranesi having to defeat him in some way. It just ends with Piranesi going back to the real world and trying to adapt to normal life, reflecting on who he is now, whether he is in fact Piranesi, the sole custodian and record keeper of the house, or Sorensen, a journalist that was trying to learn about transgressive thinkers and got involved into all this stuff. This is yet another theme I could go on and on about. Who are we as people at the end of the day? Are we defined by our memories and lives? Is there a blueprint inside of us that determines what kind of person we will be? The answer is probably in the middle. But in the case of Piranesi, who is he by the end of the book? Is the man known as Matthew Sorensen even alive anymore? Now that Piranesi is starting to remember Sorensen's life, is he even alive anymore? Is he just someone new? It's funny, I said at the beginning of this review that I felt that Piranesi is a good book, but it didn't really connect with me. However, now that I have verbalized more of my thoughts, I feel like I can't really say that anymore. Piranesi is a book that invites discussion and opens the floor for interpretation. It's perfect for a book club or to recommend friends so you can discuss it afterwards. I will definitely consider it for a reread in the future because I feel like I might get some completely different things out of it next time, whether it's because I've grown older or I'm just seeing a different perspective. Who knows? Maybe next time I think about it more, I feel that the whole story was in his head or like that there was no actual literal house. And the beauty of these books is that it's a perfectly valid interpretation as well. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Piranesi. What did you get out of it? Did you like the ending and where it went? Did you connect with Piranesi as a character? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.